PlayStation's greed and corruption might be on the same level as FIFA or hell, even fucking Judas. I'm sure most of us have heard the recent news surrounding PlayStation's avarice. Trying to take physical games away from us should be considered a form of entrapment to make us all buy digital copies of games, so that way PlayStation is able to control our libraries and add slash remove whatever they want without our consent. We already started seeing this in the past couple of weeks when they removed certain films from their store and didn't offer refunds to people that had already bought them. This is the issue with being limited to only digital media. The company controls what you consume. Xbox, on the other hand, has been making a lot of positive strides towards their redemption. I've seen a lot of people jumping ship or claiming they will at the turn of the console generation because their CEO has gone outright and stated they will not be removing physical games and are introducing a new licensing system where you can have the physical disc and an electronic license for the game that you own. I think this is a great thing for Xbox and gaming as a whole, as having more ways to play your already owned games is super consumer friendly and makes it so you can keep using the old games that you had from previous console generations. Hilariously, as a result of all the negative press that PlayStation has been getting recently, PlayStation players have been saying that they want to go on strike against Sony and not buy any of their digital games. But literally as soon as this movement began, Activision and Sony announced the Black Ops 1 and 2 ports for new generation consoles. And I have literally never seen in my entire 21 years of living on this godforsaken earth a bigger switch up from a community in such a short span. It honestly is disappointing to see how many people bought into this crap while having the opinion that Sony should be boycotted. Me personally, I don't really care that much about it because I mostly play games on PC anyways, so the whole PlayStation being only digital thing doesn't really affect me that much. Yes, I own a PlayStation and stuff, but like I don't really, I don't really care. And having the ability to play the older Black Ops titles on newer hardware with fresh and filled lobbies that aren't as hacked as they used to be is pretty cool, and it is nice and convenient, especially for the PlayStation players. However, there's a lot of underlying issues that have yet to be fixed. The hacking is pretty ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. The amount of people with bricked accounts now because of some stupid chud motherfucker named Seas and Sharp, another chud cell, incel, people that have absolutely nothing better going on in their lives is actually insane. Also, just the fact that Activision isn't really doing anything about the hacking is also just dumb as fuck. They'll send modders on PCs cease and desist just for trying to revitalize servers for their old hacked and buggy games for free, but won't do anything to curb stomp the hacking and cheating in the older Call of Duty titles. Hell, even the newer games aren't even fucking safe, as those are constantly full of hackers and cheaters as well. Literally, Warzone used to have a hacker epidemic, and it's not as bad now, but there still is hackers and people that just cheat in the game. It's so stupid. Cheating in a video game for fun has genuinely got to be one of, if not the most loser activities on the entire planet. It's genuinely fucking sad, and you're fucking stupid and gay and a bitch, and like every single swear word, every single insult can be stated about a person that cheats on video games. Like, it's genuinely the worst thing in video games. Like that motherfucker on the BO2 on Xbox, Jiggy, the Jiggy mod menu, fuck that guy. Honestly, dude, the worst thing to ever happen to Call of Duty and gaming in general was the invention of hackers and cheaters. And it's not even just Call of Duty that has a cheating problem. It's literally like every fucking game. Like, this is a side tangent. This has literally nothing to do with PlayStation now. But genuinely, like, I don't understand why companies don't try and do a better job of stomping out cheaters. Like, literally, I play a lot of CSGO, right? Or sorry, CS2. And it's the every fucking 2 games has a spin botter. It's ridiculous. It's like I lose my fucking mind because it's just a waste of everyone's fucking time, including the cheaters, because eventually they're gonna get banned. So what was even the point of doing that? You're just fucking people over, wasting their time, wasting their money, and it's just ridiculous. Like, companies don't do shit about it too. Like Valve anti cheat is fucking worthless. It's terrible, and it's so fucking dumb. I think that hacking and cheating in video games, genuinely, you are not even a human being if you do that shit. You are subhuman. You're a fucking Neanderthalic fuck if you're doing that. And the worst part about the cheaters too is that some of them are like they're proud of the cheating too. Like I've never seen this in my life. I will never understand like people that genuinely pride themselves in a fake accomplishment. Like, there's been a handful of situations in CS, like professional esports, where some of the pros are literally fucking cheaters and then they get caught. It's like, do you have any shame, man? Like, is there any shame? And the answer to that is fucking no. These people have no fucking shame. They have nothing better to do with their lives. They have absolutely zero worth to society, and they should be put down. And I'm glad what they did to C isn't Sharp. I'm glad he got exposed and doxxed and all this, because it just goes to show that if you fuck with people, people are gonna fuck with you back. And people like C isn't Sharp need to learn that they can't just take advantage of other people and they're not gonna do anything about it. Like, I'm very glad that this guy got exposed for being a literal chud like he is. So it's kind of insane that we have to go to those links because Activision isn't going to do anything about it themselves. But at least there's a little bit of justice. But yeah, going back to like the main topic of the Black Ops 1 and 2 port and just PlayStation as a whole, I think the port as a whole, though, has been a net positive for the COD community and has done a pretty good job of revitalizing the community as a whole. Not only that, but it also gives us some actual good Call of Duty games to play because we all know the modern games just ain't it. I mean, I've made videos about it in the past. I don't really like the new games. I don't like new zombies. I'm glad that we have the old stuff to be able to play as well alongside that. And I genuinely can't say enough good things about the port, as it pretty much is just one of one with some minor differences. You know, like no theater mode or wager matches in BO1, but it's mostly the same. This port doesn't do enough to save face for PlayStation, though, in my opinion, as its anti-consumer practices and greed have made it so Sony as a company has lost a large amount of favorability and their good reputation in recent years. Quite honestly, though, I am here for it. Me personally, I have never really liked PlayStation that much. I've always been much more of an Xbox guy, and it's refreshing to see the dynamic from them and Microsoft change and be more even once again as it used to be back during the original Xbox slash 360 days. Competition will ensure that we get better products and more consumer friendly policies. So I'm all for this happening, as I think that once these companies get a grip and realize that we don't actually really need them as much as they think that we do, and we could just play on PC instead of on console, they'll actually start to make more consumer friendly policies. I'm genuinely all for this. I think it's going to be better for the community when Sony realizes that their greed is going to sell them in this next console generation.